Assumptions are something that everybody does. We all assume that we know something, assume that we know someone without even having all the pieces. And that's okay until it actually hurts someone. So stay tuned and we're going to talk about a situation. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel, Ask Lois the Relatable Therapist. My name is Lois Godot, and this channel is all about promoting positive relationships. And I get my inspiration from other YouTube channels, blogs, reality TV, things that happen on the news, or anything that I think that's going to help me help you have positive relationships. And one of the things that I do in my video, after I talk about the situation, I pose this question. So what can we learn from this? And I'm going to do the same thing today. After I talk about it, I'm going to say, what can we learn from this? Because no matter what it is, reality TV, blogs, the news, or anything, it mirrors our lives. And we can always learn something from it. So if you're ready for this, stay tuned and we're going to talk about it. So before I get started, let me do my disclaimer. This video is protected under the Fair Use Act, Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, and allowances is made for criticism, news reporting, commenting, teaching, or whatever. Even though I am a therapist, everything that I say is alleged. I am not giving therapy. I am giving my opinion. And a lot of times the opinion comes from my therapeutic background. So everything is alleged that I'm going to talk about today. And so let's just get right to it. So this is Mia Thornton, and this is her husband, Gordon. And I actually did a YouTube video on them before because she decided that she was going to start dating a previous boyfriend from years ago while her and Gordon were still married. And so you can look up that video. I'll probably put it, I might put it up at the top later on. But that's who we're talking about, Mia Thornton, and she's on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And recently, the Real Housewives of Potomac had season 8 reunion. And on that reunion, Gordon, her husband, started telling people that he had a mental illness. And that mental illness, he said, he believes is the reason why it broke up his marriage. 2 years in the season that he's been doing things to her, saying things, and she hasn't said anything to him. And she hasn't exposed him. She didn't let the world know what she was dealing with. You don't see that strength a lot. You don't see that strength a lot in a lot of women on reality TV. I'm not saying you don't see it in women, but on reality TV. Because as soon as someone says something, they're ready to blast them, just tell all their business. But one of the things that I respect her is because she gave Gordon respect even when he didn't deserve it. Told anyone what was going on. Mia never said to anybody, hey, Gordon is in a mental institution and yada, 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 like a lot of women would have done. But I respect her. I have found a new respect for her because she respected him. She covered him. She covered him when he should have been exposed. She respected that he didn't want all of that out. She respected his privacy because Gordon was saying he checked himself into a mental facility and he said Mia came every day. It was the thing that I was so startled about is because when Mia said she was starting to date this younger man, even in the show, they were making jokes about it and saying, oh, you're dating a rapper or you're dating someone that's on the radio. And they would like take jabs at her. But the thing is, Mia never did come back. She never did come back and say, hey, you don't know my situation like a lot of people would. And so that kind of made me respect her more. I respect Mia because she could have said a lot of things about what was going on in her relationship to protect her image, but she never did. And even when Gordon was talking about what was going on, she didn't elaborate too much. You saw her crying. I remember on season 8 episode that Gordon was just going in on her, telling her how he felt about what she was doing and just really dogging her and talking about her. And the only thing she said is, Gordon, that's not fair. That's not fair. And I was saying, I wonder why she's not saying anything to him. I mean, it's reality TV. thousands of people are watching this. And he told her, well, if you want fair, then you go to a carnival. And he was just going in on her. And she could have said so much to protect her image. She could have said, well, you have this mental illness, you're doing this, you're doing that. But she didn't say any of that. And I was like, wow, you don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot with women, that they respect their relationship, because the word respect means the feelings, the wishes, and the rights of others. You may not agree with it, but you respect it. And so I was looking at Mia, and it's like, her marriage is falling apart because she was saying that Gordon had taken her phone. She said this at the reunion. She didn't say it anywhere else, at the reunion. And I was thinking about that. I said, it has to be hard. Has to be hard being on reality TV when you have to share personal things about yourself that you really don't want to. Because how many of us would want to share something personal that's going on in your life? Her husband has mental illness. A lot of us have people that have personal things going on, whether it's sickness, illness, finances, whatever, and you don't want people to know. But here we're looking at people on social media and we're making comments about it. We're looking at people on social media. And I understand, and I've said this before, when you go onto social media, you understand that your life is going to be under a microscope. People are going to be looking at it. But sometimes we need to have compassion. Sometimes we need to have compassion and be able to feel what someone else is feeling. Because for Mia to keep that, knowing that he had this illness, and she could have blasted it out because he went on talk shows. Gordon was out there just tearing Mia down. He got on a thread with Candace's husband and some more husbands and was just talking about Mia. And they were saying, we felt so bad that he was talking about. She could have came back and said, well, he has this and he has that. But Mia, she didn't do that. I think I'm just getting on today because I just have a respect for Mia, because she could have torn Gordon down. She could have said all kind of stuff. And how many women that when a man says something to you, that you have the restraint to not say anything about him, to not try to tear him down. Because that's what I think we can learn from all of this. When I looked at Mia, it reminded me of Kate Middleton. Pretty sure some of you have seen, she is in line to be the Queen of England. She wasn't taking a lot of pictures. And even one picture looked like it was kind of like doctored up. And The View, the ladies on The View, they were going in, except for Whoopi, they were going in and talking about what they saw and assuming what might be happening. And Whoopi kept saying something. She kept saying, you don't know what's going on, so you should really not say anything about it. That's wisdom. That's wisdom to say, you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. But a lot of people like to make those assumptions when they don't have all the information. And that's all Whoopi was saying, is like, you know what? You don't have all the information. You're talking about things that you have no knowledge of. That's wisdom. And so I look at Mia and how she did. That was wisdom. Even when people were saying stuff, she didn't say anything about Gordon. She respected it. She respected the relationship enough to say, you know what? Even though he's going through this, first of all, telling people, how is that going to help you? How is that going to help you telling other people what's going on? And so when Kate Middleton's situation, they found that she had cancer. And boy, those women on The View, they felt like egg on their face. That's something that we can learn, not to always feel like you can speak negatively on someone's situation. You don't know what's going on. Because if the wheels are turned, you don't want anybody saying something negative about your situation. And yeah, remember I said on reality TV, what can we learn? A lot of us, we aren't on reality TV. Well, probably none of us are on reality TV. So what can we learn even in our daily lives to not speak on people's situation? You don't know what's going on in people's lives. You don't know. And sometimes you're carrying things from what you heard one person say. So if this has happened to you, go ahead and let me know. Let me know what's going on. This is not a real long video, but it's just about sometimes you just want to just hop on and just say what I saw. Here's a video I was talking about earlier. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on our next video.